Welcome to a video that I'd rather not be making, but I have to make because I need to clarify something about a PSVR2 release that just came out, and that is actually quite expensive. It's £25 or $30 of your hard-earned money. I spent that, and I think, at least for now, I'm going to get a refund because Project Wingman on PSVR2, one, was slightly false advertising to an extent, you could argue, and also doesn't work to the capacity that it was advertised and just doesn't really work at all as a PSVR2 game. So let's get into what is going on with this game currently and my experience with it. Starting off, loading up the game, I booted it up and I went straight to the VR missions. I already had my headset turned on and everything like that, and I pressed load in VR because when you go to the VR missions, it gives you the option of load in VR or load in flat because it can be played in both. Now, if you choose load in flat, it'll load the mission like a normal flight game. It looks like Ace Combat, it plays like Ace Combat, and it's fun enough. But if you go and load the game in VR, nothing will happen. Well, technically not nothing, because the level will load. It'll bring up the same menus to customize your plane as it did in the flat screen, except in your headset you will only see a black screen. You'll see nothing more. You'll hear the audio cues of the buttons that you press to customize the plane and to choose the mission, but the game doesn't work. This is just gutting, to be honest. I was really looking forward to Project Wingman, and I think I'm going to refund the game, at least for now, until it's fixed, because this is just unacceptable. I'm not sure how this got through quality testing, and it's not just me, other people are reporting this issue as well. Some people are saying that it just didn't work for them too, and yeah, it doesn't. It's unreal that they've just released a broken game like this. It simply doesn't load, and that's the worst bit of it, in my opinion, is that these VR missions just don't work. They simply do not work. There's no sense controller support either, but we knew about that. It's dual sense only. And I thought that was the issue. Trust me, I have tried everything. If you put a suggestion in the comments to fix this, just trust me on this. I've tried it. I've restarted my console. I've reinstalled the game twice. I've tried it with my headset turned on and turned off when the game's booted up, and turned on and turned off when I select the VR missions. I've tried it with my sense controllers on to see if it would trigger something with the room scanning. Nothing works. The game simply does not load, and now begins the painful process of trying to get a refund from Sony. But also, when the game is fully working again and they've actually fixed this, I do want to also disclose that the game is only 6 VR missions. It's not the whole campaign, as was kind of implied earlier. It's not the conquest mode that they advertised. It's just the 6 frontline missions, and that's it. It's like Ace Combat. It's literally the closest thing I can relate it to. It's Ace Combat 7 on PSVR2. It's exactly the same situation. You've got the 6 missions or so, and you've got free flight where you can fly around the map, which I really enjoyed in Ace Combat, but for £30 it's a little steep to get it for that and the 6 VR missions. You're not getting the full campaign. It's only in flat, the full campaign. It's only these 6 that are in VR, and it works exactly the same as Ace Combat. You boot up the VR missions and it asks you whether you want to play it in flat or in VR. And it should give you a prompt to turn on your headset. You get nothing and the game doesn't load properly. So yeah, I just want to put out this little PSA. I said I was going to review this game tomorrow. I feel it's kind of my duty to do it now because some people are going to buy this when they see it on the store, and hopefully they see this video and see that the game simply doesn't work, in its current state at least. I'll make a video on the game if and when it's fixed, but this has really left a bad taste in my mouth for this one. Gonna stay away from it for a while, hopefully get a refund from Sony because it's just false advertising. It simply doesn't work. This is me from the future, like half an hour into the future. I've talked to some other creators. PSVR Without Parole, their game seems to be working, and their impressions are that the game is fairly blurry for the ground. There's a lot of pop-in, and looks kind of similar to Ace Combat from what I've heard from other people as well. Visually then, it's not great, it's alright. I still might pick it up once it's fixed, just to see what it's like, but for now, game simply doesn't work. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.